Hello, my name is Matt, and this is a tutorial for Human Nature by Michael Jackson on the ukulele. If you haven't heard my rendition, you can click right there to watch the video. There will also be a link for that in the description down below. And I've also made a tab for this song, and there's a link for that in the description as well. So that being said, let's get started. The intro is basically it's just 4 chords. And the first one, you're going to have open G. All 4 of these chords, the G string is going to be open. And then you're going to hold down 5th fret on the C string, the E string, and the A string. And then the second chord, still open G, with 7th fret on the C, 7th fret on the E, and 5th fret on the A. And then from there, 7th fret on the C string, 6th fret on the E string, and 6th fret on the A string. And then back to the 5th fret on all 3 strings. And then you're going to play through that twice, and then you're going to go straight from that into the verse. Pretty much the whole verse is F and G, chord-wise. F, G, back and forth. Which F is 2nd fret, G string, open C string, 1st fret, E string, and open A string. And G would be open G, 2nd fret on the C, 3rd fret on the E, 2nd fret on the A. So to begin with, you're going to play the F chord, and you're going to down strum, ending on that A string because that's what the melody is, and then pick by itself the G string, which is 2nd fret right now, and then put your finger down on 3rd fret on the A string and play that. And then go to the G, and what you're going to do is play then the A string, and then the G string, and then the E string. And then you're going to play that little lick. And that's just playing the A string, which is on 2nd fret, because you're holding the G chord. And then put your pinky down on 3rd fret, hammer onto it, and then pull it off, back to 2nd fret, and then pull that finger off, so it's open A. And then pick the E string, which is still holding down 3rd fret, and then you're going to go back to F, and you're going to pick the C string and the E string, but you're going to pick them open first, and then hold down the F chord. So you're hammering onto the 1st fret on the E string. And then you're going to you're going to pick G string by itself, which will be 2nd fret, and then the A string, open. Then you're going to put your finger down on the 3rd fret of the E string, and pick that, and you're going to be using that kind of as a transition back to the G. So, and then hold down the G chord. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pick the C string and the E string, which will be 2nd fret and 3rd fret, respectively. And then after you pick it, you're going to hammer onto 4th fret on the C string. So it'll be. And then you're going to lift it back up and pick those 2 strings just like they are, 2nd fret and 3rd fret. And then from there you're going to pick the E string, and then pick the G, and then the C string, and then the E string and the A string together. Then you're going to go back to the F chord, and you're going to down strum the F chord, and then you're going to pick the G string by itself, then C string, and then the E string and the A string together. And then you're going to pick the E string and the A string together again, but you're going to put down 3rd fret, your finger on 3rd fret of the A string. So it'll be 1st fret, 3rd fret. And then back to the G. And then you're going to pick the G string by itself. And then you're going to pick the A string, but you're going to have that finger, you're going to lift that finger off of the A string so it's just open. And then pick the E string, which will still be on 3rd fret. And then you're going to play the F again, down strum, and then G string to A string to E string to C string. And then go to the G chord and pick the A string, G string, then C string, and then E string. Okay, then you're going to play that again, starting at what you played at the beginning of the verse. Up until that point where you're playing 3rd fret on the A string during the F chord. And then instead of going back to the G, you're going to put down your finger on 2nd fret of the C string and 5th fret of the A string with the open G and the open E string. Like that. And you're going to down strum and then play the G string by itself, C string, and then E string and A string together. When you play that E string and A string, you're going to take your finger that's on the 5th fret of the A string and slide up to 7th fret. And then slide back down to 5th fret. But when you come back down to the 5th fret, pick it again. So, and then from there you're going to go to this chord, which is the open G, 5th fret on the C, 5th fret on the E, and 3rd fret on the A. And what you're going to play is, you're going to down strum it, and then play the G string by itself, and then A string, E string, C string. And then down strum it again, and then play A string, E string, C string, and then pick E string and A string together. And that's it for the verse. You're going to play 2 verses in the beginning and then go from there into the chorus. Now the chorus, you're going to start with the F chord again. And what you're going to play is down strum the F and then play G string, A string to E string to C string. And then to the G, down strum, and then play the A string, G string, C string, and E string. So how I play this is I put my finger on the 5th fret of the G string, and then I put another finger on the 3rd fret of the A string, but then I'm also going to put my ring finger on the 5th fret of the A string and my pinky on the 7th fret. So there's 3 fingers on one string, which might not make sense at first, but what you're going to do is you're going to pick the G string and the A string together, which will be 5th fret and 7th fret, and then you're going to lift that pinky off so that it's 5th fret on the A string and pick that, and then pick the open E, and then lift that finger off and play 3rd fret on the A string, and then slide those 2 fingers down 1 fret so it'll be 4th fret on the G string and 2nd fret on the A string, and you're going to play the G string and then you're going to play the A string. They're actually the same note. Then you're going to play the E string, open E string again, And then you're going to go to 3rd fret on the A string and 2nd fret on the G string. And you're going to play the A string first. And then you're going to play the G string. And then you're going to slide that finger on the A string down to 2nd fret and play that. And then you're going to play the open E. So then you're going to lift that finger off of the A string and play open A. And then play open G. So and then you're going to hold down the G chord and play A string to E string to C string. So then you're going to go back to the F, down strum, and then play G string, then to A string, to E string. Then you're going to go to the G chord and play the A string to the G string, and then play the E string and the A string together. So, and then from there you're going to go to D minor 7, which is going to be 2nd fret on the G string, 2nd fret on the C string, 1st fret on the E string, and 3rd fret on the A string. And you're going to down strum that 3 times. And on that 3rd time you're going to take the finger on the A string on 3rd fret and slide it up to 5th fret, and then back down to 3rd fret and pick it again when you get to 3rd fret. And then you're going to strum A minor, which is just going to be 2nd fret on the G, and then open all the other strings. So, and what you're going to do is you're going to down strum the A minor, and then play the G string, and then play the E string and A string together twice, and then play G string, C string, E string and A string together. So, and then go from there to the G chord. Just strum it. So, and then you're going to play all that again, from the beginning of the chorus, play through it again, and that's the whole chorus. So then you're going to go from that chorus to another verse, and then back to the chorus, and at the end of that chorus, when you play the D minor 7, instead of going to the G, you're going to go back into D minor 7. Playing it 3 times in all, that little line. And then after the 3rd time, you're going to go to this chord, which is open G string, 5th fret C string, 5th fret E string, 3rd fret A string, like you played at the end of the verse. And you're going to pick it just like you did at the end of the verse, and then you're going to slide up 2 frets, all those fingers, so it'll be 7th fret C string, 7th fret E string, 5th fret A string, and still open on the G. And you're just going to down strum it 5 times. And then you're going into the bridge, so you're going to go way up here on the A string and pick the 15th fret of the A string. And then come down to the 10th fret, and for the bridge you're going to be holding 4 chords. And your finger's going to stay on the 10th fret of the A string the entire time, and the G string is going to be open the entire time, but the two strings that are changing are the C string and the E string. So to begin with, you're holding down the 5th fret on both of those strings. And then you're going to slide them up 2 frets to 7th fret. And then go to 7th fret C string and 6th fret E string. And then slide that up 2 frets to 9th fret C string, 8th fret E string. And the way you're going to play it is you're going to pick the E string and the A string together, and then the G string by itself, and then the C string by itself. And you're going to play that twice on the first chord, and then 3 times on the second chord. And then twice on the third chord, and then 3 times on the fourth chord. And you're going to play through that twice, and then at the end, when you're going to play it twice, that fourth chord, instead of 3 times, and then you're going to down strum it 3 times and go back to the verse. So you're going to play that one more verse and then go back into the chorus, and then from the chorus go back into the bridge, and that bridge is going to be the ending, and you're going to play it a little bit differently. It's the same 4 chords, exactly how we played it the first time, but you're going to pick it a little differently. So to begin with, you're just going to pick kind of softly A string to E string to C string. And on the second chord and the fourth chord, instead of playing through it 3 times, you're going to play through it twice and then just play the A string. And then you're going to play through that twice. Then you're going to play through it twice more, but pick it the way you did the first time you played the bridge. And gradually build throughout this until the end. And then you're going to be strumming those 4 chords, and you're going to play down, down, up, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And then you're going to play through that twice like that, and at the end of that, then you're just going to down strum once each chord. And then kind of get softer and slower. And after playing through it twice like that, that's the end of the song. So at the end you play through those 4 chords in all 8 times with those different picking patterns and strumming patterns. So that's the song. If you can get down the verse and the chorus and the bridge and the ending, then you can play the whole song. So if you haven't already, I definitely would recommend downloading that tab that's in the description. And again, if you want to watch the original video, you can click right there or on the link in the description. But other than that, thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you liked it, and if you want to see more tutorials and more videos. Thanks.